Oh, let's take those ingredients. And I think that's the book lady Gale was referencing. Who are you?
You're a fellow bargain hunter, I see. The hidden gems here are far better value than the rare books Tolna keeps locked behind the desk.
I really like his outfit. It's a nice one. Hey, Tolna.
Literature department. Can I help you?
I'm trying to find out about a particular Netherese crown. Have you anything on that subject?
Whoosh. These books are sensitive. They prefer an environment of quiet reverence.
I'm very tempted to shout, but I think that might lead to her not giving us any answers. Maybe you can ask first and then shout later? I'm trying to find out about... it's whispered. I'm trying to find out about a particular Netherese crown. Have you anything on that subject?
Bold. You might have heard that our library has a collection other shops would lack the skill to curate. Between
she's not whispering.
Even Master Leveroken was reluctant to house them in his tower. The pen is mightier than the magic wand, apparently. They're locked away here for their and our customers' safety. And the finest reserve includes the Tharkiat Codex, the Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly, Sights of the Seelie, and the Curriculum of Strategy. Do any of those interest you?
I take all of them. I don't think we can get them, though. The Annals of Karsus and Netherese Folly.
It is said to be written by Lord Karsus himself, the Netherese arcanist who attempted to replace the goddess Mystra. Failed, and was banished for the attempt.
Technically it was Mistral and not Mystra.
Great magical knowledge lies within those pages, but not many can withstand it.
That's it. That's what I need.
The Annals of Karsus would no doubt have much to say about the crone's true nature. If only you could read them.
Just you wait, narrator, we will. Sounds perfect. How much for me to buy it from you? I don't think it will be buyable, though.
Buy? Books as temperamental as these are not on sale.
I mean, I would just
They
read
are
it.
secured in our vault, where none can harm them, nor can they do any harm. Consider yourself lucky to have learned of such a book's existence, and then forget about it. The Annals of Karsus are best left unread.
What fun is it to know of a book and then not to read it? Alistair, there's 3 very good books in the vault if you feel like stealing. Of course I do. That's a challenge. You know, isn't it your job to share knowledge, not keep it locked away? At least tell me where the vault is. I surely won't barge into it. I just want to know where I shouldn't look. Ugh. A net 1 and a 7.
Customers like you are why I prefer the company of books. The only way to gain access to the vault is through my office. And before you ask, no, you are not allowed in there either.
Cool, thank you. Thank you. I've learned more than enough.
You certainly have. Even simple knowledge of these tones is enough to stimulate most.
I kinda hoped I could still shout at her.
How can I help you?
How are you feeling, books? Still sensitive? What? What? Everything exploded. I love it.
Some people have no
And I also love that no one bats an eye. No one talks to you. Nothing happens. Hi.
Look what you've done! By all the gods, I give my ear for the least bit of respect for the written word.
I feel a little bad now.
Go act the clown on your own time. Come back when you've cobbled together some manners and are prepared to pay for the damages.
Oops. Bye.
I can tell
Oh.
you're a discerning customer.
Ew.
You're after nothing but the best.
Why was there a corpse? Why is there now a zombie? Who of them brought the corpse?
The best
I have so many questions.
arms in the... Apologies. I'm with a customer at the moment.
Hey, you're probably the second nicest Dwegar we talked to this far.
The newborn zombie gazes at you hungrily, pus drooling from its slack jaw.
Eee. And you, Alice?
Do you think that zombie looks fresh? Is fresh good? I never know with zombies.
You just saw it getting reanimated. I don't think there's anything fresher.
Well, at least they seem to use
A lava elemental, like the one we saw in the Grimforge, I think.
The lava elemental looks at you placidly, near unfathomable heat beating against your face.
Okay. Why?
Can we go? Have you seen how much the prices have risen? Might as well be throwing my gold straight into the lava elemental.
I want a pet elemental, but Mumbus says I'm not old enough. I wouldn't let it die like the goldfish, though.
I mean, I guess that's the advantage. But I mean, lava elemental as a pet, you can't even pet it.
Fire done.
I mean, as a guardian.
Elemental is made of fire.
The water elemental appears to turn towards you, showering everything with a bracing mist.
How do I see a water elemental turning toward me? It doesn't even have a face. Oh, it kind of has a face. I take everything back.
Darling.
Schools of Magic. Necromancy. The school of magic has been more maligned than that of necromancy. Often believed to be the school of sadists, the school of necromancy rather explores the balance between the animative force of life and the destruction of death. As with any magic, necromancy seeks to manipulate natural forces to the desires of its wielder. In this respect, it is no different from evocation or transmutation.
No fish. Only
Key terms:
chicken
reversal, corruption, destruction. Key concepts: sapping, chilling, inflicting, enfeebling. The more you know. Oh, wow, it can make noises. Elminster by Cherish Holdeman. This text doesn't approach the wizard Elminster with the near fanatical affection many scholars lay at the feet of his legend. It seems to condemn mealy-mouthed assertions of Elminster's greatness. Take this passage from chapter 6.
I think it's very
It spoke to a serving girl at the roadside tavern in the boonies of the Sword Coast. It told her I was researching Elminster. Who was Elminster? Well, he was this astonishing figure in this arcane community. He shed the blood of the world's most cunning villains like Marishon of the Zentarim, shared his bed with a goddess, and inspired hundreds of magic wielders to explore themselves, their craft, widen the scope of his ambitions. She nodded politely. It pressed her. Had she truly not heard of Elminster? Miss, she said, aside from random drinkers in here, I know 8 people. 9, including my dog, Binky. This went into my stories you told. But what has this Elminster to do with the price of butter?
That's why we need the ointment.
It sounds very random. Alistair. Exactly, we necromancers are oppressed. We only want to play with our dead relatives. Yeah. Charming. Okay, the question now is... there we have a metal door, there we have a metal door, so behind one of those will be the office. Ooh.
Welcome, dear patron, to the floor
It's
at
a
the
human.
top of the stairs. If you have information about the Night Song, great riches await. If you are here to waste the great wizard Leroican's time, reconsider. Let your knowledge determine your path forward.
Oh, this is a really nice robe. I think probably one of the nicest, if not the nicest wizard robe so far I saw in the game. Unfortunately, it wasn't in the back of clothing mod. Oh well. Should we do that first or should we do the Gale part first? Gale or anything else? Let's do the Gale part. On the other hand, if I want to break in somewhere... let's try it. Let's go for Great Invisibility, my favorite. And let's hope that this projected image doesn't have like blind sight or something. I also love that Shadowheart is still able to guide us, even though she doesn't see us. Don't be confused, I'm just gonna unlock the other door, cause I think opening doors is also possible with just normal invisibility, so I don't have to waste all the high spell slots. Let's start with this door. Of course, why not? Ah, no, it's her office, so maybe let's look into the other office. Let's just watch me wasting my invisibility. And let's see if there's no one in sight. Oh, doesn't seem like it. Ooh, the path to Karsus. This one's also fitting. From the hand of Ramazeth. What glimpse of magic strew important might Silverhand proffer? Take the promised hand and watch abjuration cross its palm. For you too shall need protection from the purge of Silver's fires. Only through its flames will Karsus' path be fit to follow. It sounds like a riddle, doesn't it? Let's take it. Maybe it's... Let's take it, the game. Let's steal it. Maybe it will be important. On the other hand, I say that about all this papers flying around in my inventory. The Apprentice's Companion, Book the First. Never forget the importance of spell components for casters of every make and kind. Verbal, somatic, and material components must all be utilized correctly, meaning one must be certain not to fall victim to silencing or restraining, which would prohibit one from casting one's intended spell. Well, yeah. Wizards of Note, Leroican, Editor's Edition. This book appears to be bespoke edition, not mass-printed like others in the series. A note is affixed to the front page. Dear sir, though I appreciate your attempt to contribute to our popular series, I'm afraid we are not accepting reader submissions at this time. Furthermore, I would recommend our fact-checker, Hope Candor, for your personal employ should you wish to attempt to publish this volume under a different name elsewhere. Kind regards, Embra Coyle. So he tried to write a book about himself, like an autobiography, but not publish it as an autobiography?
Out of sight, out of mind.
I'm afraid once I open that door, they will just see me, so... Do I have a potion of invisibility in this? I do. I have 2. Let's take them.
Gods are watching me.
And run. On the other hand, if there's an office where we can go...
This calls for careful.
Ah, yeah, we can. I just wanted to say it would be hard if we all have to go here to get the whole party in there, but it seems like no one's really watching this part. Still, the class book. Ooh. Sorcerous Sundries basement chest key. The Apprentice's Companion, book the 4th. Uses of magic for particular quandaries. To reveal invisible traps, use fairy fire or see invisibility. To bypass glyphs, use fly or gaseous form. To block harmful spells that traps might trigger, use counterspell. Kind of feels like it would have make sense to find them, well, before the 3rd act. Schools of Magic. Conjuration. The Eternal Invitation, the yes to abjuration, is no. The School of Conjuration is the mage's mighty beckoning to the wonders our world has to offer. Key terms: create, summon, invite, teleport. Key concepts: transportation, summoning, producing, finding. I really like all the summon spells, so I think Conjuration is not my favorite. No, I don't think my favorite spell school, but one of my favorites. I really like Divination in general in tabletop D&D. Currently playing Conjuration Wizard. Oh, another basement chest key. And I mean, Evocation is also nice. I mean, you saw how much I like throwing around fireballs. Officious note. Miklar, Master Lorokan has requested the Tome of Divination spells be brought to the basement. You must focus without interruption in order to see the unseen. Since you refused to speak to me since the incident with the ape, I have no choice but to make a request in writing. Vomter. Alistair is probably my 2nd favorite after Necromancy. Yeah, I was quite sure that Necromancy would be your favorite. I never really played a character who did lots of Necromancy. I mean, besides like playing clerics. Or one cleric who used like lots of but I mean, healing spells are weirdly enough evocation and not necromancy, which still confuses me. Anyway, a note from Womter. Miklar, as you refuse to speak... Are they both refusing to speak to each other? Apparently. Children. As you refuse to speak to me following the incident with the three-eyed man, I've no choice but to make my request in writing. Master Lorokan instructs you to bring his newly acquired lamp, the one with the djinn, to the vault, and store it behind the protective wall. It is far too dangerous to be left on display in the shop proper. Vomter. I mean, the question is now where to access the vault. An alternative perspective, the weave. According to standard wisdom, the weave is comprised of the body of Mistra, or the domain of Mistral, the threads connecting all of creation to the source of magic itself. Opposite to the intrepid reader, the truth is far more fascinating. The weave, as we know it, is not invisible at all. No, certain among us, whom I call seers, can sense the true nature of the weave as an incredible fine, highly physical and edible substance left in our realm by spacefaring giants called Immortum several eons ago. Each time we wield this power, creatures called weave devils consume the strands of weave, and their excrement is a powerful force we call magic. I know this will shock many readers, but I only deliver the facts as I know them, and as the esteemed wizarding community wants to keep from you. Yay, magical conspiracy theories. Oh boy.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
For the stout and the sturdy. I've read that one before.
Breathe deep and move.
How? I didn't use the class book. I guess that's something. Aha. Portal. Alright. Which of those four do I choose? That one.
Let me work my magic. Adventure forth.
Let's try this. And hope no one sees us. Let's quick save. Don't mind us. Mirror image. Projection image. Alright.
Subtle sometimes.
Off we go. Let's see. Probably will be highly dangerous, but also funny to see the vault.